Good morning, Year 5, and welcome to your SPAG lesson. So last week we were looking at ably and ibly words, and we were looking at using brackets to show parentheses. This week we're looking at using dashes to show parentheses on Tuesday and Thursday, and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we are looking at something called homophones. So let's have a look at what our word of the day is today. So your word of the day is attitude. So it's a noun normally. It is a way of thinking or acting towards a person, thing, or situation. It can be seen as positive or negative. It can be expressed just by standing in a certain way. For example, people's attitude towards school varies considerably. I don't like your attitude. Kim came to school with a positive attitude today, despite finding the work tricky. Lots of you are having a positive attitude to the remote learning, for example. Synonyms can be bias or point of view or mood. But can you have a go at writing your own sentence using the word attitude? I have put the template for it in the resources as always. Okay, so let's have a look at what we're looking at today. So we're looking at the homophones. Now the word homophone's got quite an interesting etymology. It has that means it's how a word is made. So homo means the same, and phono means sound. So a homophone is literally words which sound the same, but they have different meanings. And it comes from a Greek root words, I believe. So we're looking at words that sound the same but have different meanings and different spellings a lot of the time. So things like which, and which, whether, and whether. Then there are loads of examples. So these are the examples that we're starting off with: mist and mist. So a mist was descending on the valley, or I threw the dart, but it missed the target. So both of them sound the same, but if we were doing a dictation, for example, it's about knowing which spelling to use. So in the sentence a mist, that tells us that that is a noun, it is a thing. Whereas I threw the dart, but it missed is telling us that it is a verb. And we can tell that as well because we can see that it's got the ed suffix on it, which is added to verbs when they are in the past tense. So here we've got an example one, and this is going to be what your job is as well. So you've got two sentences, one of which uses the noun homophone, one of which uses the verb homophone. So we've got guessed and guessed, missed, heard and heard, passed and passed, led and led. That lead can be said lead as well, but in this case it means led as in the element. So the first guest was to arrive at the party was carrying a large present, and in the quiz I guessed the answer to most of the questions. Which one needs the verb and which one needs the noun? So fill those out in your sentences. We can have a look and we can see with this one, guest is the noun and guest is the verb. We can see because it's ed in the end that that is going to be the verb. Not all of them have got that clue. So past does, missed does as well. With led and led, led is the verb in that case, and with heard and heard, heard is the verb. It's an irregular verb. So can you have a go at your activity, which is to choose which homophone needs to fill in which sentence? It is down on Teams as one of your resources, so have a go at that. And that's your job for today. Good luck with that, guys. It's worth having a practice of those spellings as well, because we'll be coming back to them obviously later in the week.